Shalom, Maki. I want to give all praises and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Makar Kadash, double honors of elders and apostles of GMS who teach and rule well, and say, teach to all the Akim and all four corners of earth, which Christians, truth, sincerity. Shalom, Maki. Yeah, I want to get on to this guy right here. We're going to be encountering more and more of these guys, with this YouTube and different social media platforms that are out right now. These guys, people are getting more and more, just opening up, talking, trying to do vlogs on ourselves and things of that nature. And we'll be running into these guys because, they'll try to come up with their own philosophies, own ways of understanding what's going on. They'll have, different, they'll mix their different things that they've been learning on the street corners, the different things they've ran into on TikTok and X, they'll bring them all together. Dr. Malachi York it out, those type of situations. And we're going to be bumping into more and more of these guys. And, they'll say how I know I'm an Israelite, but I know this and that, they know everything, At the end of the day, it's our job. We give them a warning. Lord has given us this great gospel. We've taken it, we're pushing His word like we're supposed to do. We're doing what we're supposed to do, and we're going to ruffle some feathers. That's just the job. That's just the way. That's just the way of the prophet, basically. This is Ezekiel 3:18. He says, "When I say unto the wicked, thou shalt surely die, and thou givest him not warning, nor speakest to warn the wicked from his wicked way, to save his life, the same wicked man shall die in his iniquity. But his blood will I require at thy hand." So we have to warn our people, man, whether they listen or not, man, it's just the blood off our hands, man, and yes, our, GMS, we speak harsh because we don't have time to play. You have other camp groups out there that'll give you Friday or Saturday weekend chicken fest, come by with an open mic, spit up a few rap flows, whatever's on your mind, have a poetry contest, bring your wives, these type of events. That's not what we do, man. We're here with the uncut, raw truth, and it hurts. It cuts people. It cuts people, man, But, these people, and bring this up, because at the end of the day, it's just the Lord, man. The Lord just got him in the mix, man. This is this is Isaiah 6:9, and he said, "Go, and tell this people, hear ye indeed, but understand not, and see indeed, but perceive not." What are you seeing and what are you hearing, man? You're hearing the prophets on the highways and byways, but you're not understanding. You're seeing them out there, but you can't perceive what you're seeing. You just see men on the corner with what do you call it? With robes on and the different terminologies, different daggers that you throw at us, jokes and stuff, But we're doing the work of the Lord, man. This is what He requires of us, man. All the way to our apparel that we have on, man. He says, Isaiah 6:10, "Make the heart of this people fat, and make their ears heavy, and shut their eyes, lest they see with their eyes, and hear with their ears, and understand with their heart, and convert and be healed," man. So the Lord still is going to allow you to come out of those wicked ways and be healed, man. This dude right here, he was scarfing and talking crazy in the video, but at the same time, he knows he'll tell you, and this is what a lot of Israelites do that, man. I know I'm an Israelite, but your message is too hard. I'm gonna deal with Islam, which is a little bit softer, and it's cooler. It's the in thing right now. All the gang guys are doing it. These are the different things that come on. I'm watching this guy who just got shot the other day, this rapper, and just a prime example of this. These are the prototype Israelites that are out there. This guy, Sauce Walker, got shot up, and if you listen to, he has a song or two where he's praying and talking about praying and all this and that. And then what did he do when he sing Ishmael come into the room? He praising him, saying all that Arabic, that Muslim stuff, man, the Muslim talk. what our people do, you know, and kept praising and saying how, you know, he's going to see him and praising and saying all that Muslim talk, and then mixing up with a little bit of the Bible talk. So our people are all mixed up. They're all over the place, man, you know. But this is why they're under the curses. This is why those things happen to them, because, you know, you're under the curses, man. You know, and Islam ain't gonna free you from it, man. You know, following all these other different philosophies aren't gonna free you from that, man. It's gonna just make it worse. You know. This is Matthew 6:24. No man can serve two masters, for either he will hate the one and love the other, or else he will hold to the one and despise the other. Ye cannot serve Yahweh and Mammon. So, you know, the Lord is not dealing with that, man. You know, the Lord is not dealing with these double-minded Israelites that are out there, man. You know, he's just not dealing with that stuff, man. So this is why you'll stay in a state of confusion. You'll stay, you know, trying to figure out things, understand why your kids are the way they are, not understand why your wife is bugging out on you out of nowhere. You know, years ago, you know, when I used to go to this one particular gym, it was this one guy. You know, I swear, man, when we first got into this truth, you know, people around me, they you know, I was just hearing stories about how their households was falling apart, man. And this one guy I used to box with, you know, he was explaining to me, you know, that out of nowhere, his wife for 15, 16 years, got 2 kids with her, you know, just turned up out of nowhere. Long story short, just turned up out of nowhere, called the police on them out of nowhere, and they had to separate, you know what I'm saying? But just showing you how these people in their households are falling apart, man. But he, you know, it was just too much, you know, to let him know that he was an Israelite and that the curses are upon us, because his household was sweet, let him tell it before that. And then when I was telling him, explaining the curses, that's when, and why he's under the things he's under, you know, he could understand it, but he couldn't, man. So, you know, the Lord is dealing with who he's dealing with, man, out here, basically. That's the moral of that story, man. If the Lord ain't dealing with you, you're just going to be lost out here, man. You know, with that heavy heart. Slack, let me bring that back. This is Isaiah 6:10. Make the heart of this people fat and make their ears heavy. You know, so you'll be like one of those, man. You know, just following, just floating around in this American philosophy that's out here, man. It'll lead you to death, man. You know, that's all it's gonna lead you to is death. This Jeremiah 15:15. O Lord, thou knowest, remember me and visit me and revenge me of my prosecutors. Take me not away in thy long suffering. Know that for thy sake I have suffered rebuke. Thy words were found, and I did eat them. And thy word was unto me the joy and rejoicing of my heart. For I am called by thy name, O Lord, Yahweh of hosts, man. You know, so this is a beautiful thing, man. Knowing this knowledge that we have, knowing the Lord's name that we know, you know, these are beautiful things that we know, man. And all hell breaking loose and falling apart all around us, you know, we have something to look forward towards. We have a power to look towards, you know. This is Jeremiah 15:17. I sat not in the assembly of mockers, nor rejoiced. I sat alone because of thy hand, for thou hast filled me with indignation, man. You know, and indignation is that anger, that rage, man. You know, and the Lord is a man of rage, man, of anger. So it's our job to rebuke these guys when we see them, man. Come across their videos, come across them playing around. We're not here to play, man. You know, we can pray to the Lord and send them curses on you, man, and you get jacked up, man. You know. So yeah, these 2/3 and these scarfers out in this world, man. You know, they got, you know, of our own people. You know, you know, the Lord's gonna take care of them, man. You know, we don't have to do too much. We'll let you know who you are. You don't want to listen, to keep it moving, man. Stomp your feet, man. You know, because at the end of the day, you know, the Lord is in control of all of this, man. You know, he runs this whole show. He sets up kingdoms. He shuts down kingdoms, and this place is on its way being shut down, man. So you don't have to listen to us. Go listen to the small hatters. Go listen to Reverend Pigfeet. You know, you know, you ain't doing us nothing wrong. You know, because at the end of the day, like I read earlier, blood is off our hands, man. We let you know who you are. We told you who you were. You rejected it, man. And it ain't that you rejected it. The Lord is rejecting you, you know? This is Jeremiah 1:5. Before I formed thee in the belly, I knew thee. And before thou camest forth out of the womb, I sanctified thee. I ordained thee a prophet unto the nations. So yes, we are prophets to these nations, man, and to our own people. We're letting them know what's getting ready to happen, man. And we don't really care about how upset you get. All we're gonna do is pray and make videos about it, man. You know, we don't have to do too much, man. The Lord knows how we feel. He knows where our heart is, man. You know, and He knows where your wicked heart is. And so this is why, when the times come and the calamities fall upon you, you know, we're not going to shed no tears for you. You know what I'm saying? You yourself said the name of the Lord a few times. You know who the Israelites were. So the Lord is going to require those things of you, you know? That's another thing. A lot of these people coming up against us, they're seeing our videos, they're seeing us on the highways and byways, you know, the Lord is going to require something from them very soon, man. You know, coming very soon, man. Brothers is putting up videos left and right of this Jacob's trouble that's knocking at the door, man. You know, once again, y'all thought that Trump was here to help, man. You know, he's saying peace and coming with sudden destruction very soon, man. You know, with that being said, I was edifying. Shalom, Aki.